Hello again, Lieutenant Jones, Utah County Sheriff's Office. I'm here with Spencer Cannon, also of the Utah County Sheriff's Office. Together, we're Jeff and Spencer. It's actually separate, we're Jeff and Spencer, just separate, not together, which is cool. How are you doing today, Spencer?
I'm well, how are you?
I'm good. We went on a little adventure. As you can see, Spencer's office today is different than before. This is what we put on his wall. Oh, not really, we're outside.
It's not a green screen.
It's not a green screen. It's not at all.
This is real.
So we're here at the Provo River Trail, looking at the Provo River, and we're here today because we have a pretty good message to share today, I think. With that said, I'd like to tell you a story, Spencer.
I love stories.
I'm going to tell them a story as well, because if I tell you, then they're going to listen.
I'll stand here and listen while you tell them.
That works for me. So many moons ago, I was up here fishing. I was probably 8 years old, which was a long time ago. And I had a pair of waders on, and my little Mep spinner got caught in the tree. So I reached down. I was at the Murdoch Diversion Dam. The river was running pretty high, and as I tried to grab it, I fell in, and my waders I was wearing got full of water, and it started to pull me down the river, and I was holding on to the bank, and I remember distinctly holding on and feeling the leaves strip through my hands as somebody reached down, grabbed me, pulled me out, set me on the bank. Don't know who he was. Never said anything else as he walked away. And that gave me a pretty good respect for this river. And it's always been there. I grew up here. I've spent a lot of time in this river, but I respect this river. Tell us why.
Well, despite all the beauty here, it also contains some danger. You have to have a healthy respect for the river, but you also have to have that healthy fear of the river as well. It's a great place to come and have some enjoyable times with family and friends, and some good experiences around or even on or in the river, but you have to be prepared for it.
Be prepared for it. We're coming up on an anniversary we don't like to think about, but we do in honor of the people that were there. Tell us about that.
On May 29, 2017, there were a lot of people up here. The water was running high, a lot higher than it is right now. It was a particularly high water year for the river, and there was one particular family about a half-mile west of where we are right now, near Bridal Veil Falls, and there was a woman whose name is Brenda De Dios, and she was there with her family, including her daughter London. London stumbled and fell into the river, and Brenda's immediate instinctual reaction was to jump in and try to save her. Several other people did the same thing, jumping in to try to help, just people who were in the area. One of those was a young man by the name of Sean Thane. Sean also jumped in the river, and sadly that day Brenda, London, and Sean did not survive. They lost their lives that day. The condition of the water was running much faster than it is in this location. It was easily 6-8 inches higher, maybe more than that, than it is right now, and despite their best efforts, they were not able to save them. They found Brenda and Sean down near the Murdoch Diversion Dam a short time later, but they didn't find London until the next day. So being prepared and anticipating the kinds of things that could happen, or the kind of risks that you can face when you're enjoying the outdoors in areas like this, is critical to do.
One of the things you have to understand is that the temperature of the water is a little shocking. It's going to be in the mid 50s, maybe low 50s here, because it's coming out of the bottom of Deer Creek, and when you hit water like that, the shock alone, we're not Wim Hof, we're not the Iceman. If we were, we'd be prepared for it. I'm working towards that, but I've got a long ways to go before that happens. So you got to understand, it's going to be cold when you get in it.
Yeah, it is. One of the things that you need to do to be prepared, if you're going to be around it, be aware of the risks. Always pay attention to them, especially with young children around. If your recreational activities are going to include being in or on the water, whether it's on a river like the Provo River or Utah Lake or Tibble Fork Reservoir or any body of water, make sure that you're prepared for that. If you're going to be on the water or in it, make sure you have a life jacket with you at the very least. If you're in cold water like this, you might consider having a wetsuit or a dry suit, maybe some water socks or something, shoes kind that you can wear in the water, so that you're prepared for that. And that way, the life jacket alone, even if you don't have on a wetsuit or a dry suit, the life jacket will in almost all circumstances keep you buoyant and above the water, so that you can work to free yourself, and others can help you if you're not able to get out on your own.
This canyon is going to see thousands of visitors in the next few weeks, with the holidays coming. A lot of visitors are going to be up here, but also with the temperatures rising, I believe we got in the 80s today, you're going to have a lot of runoff filling the rivers up, and that makes them just that much more dangerous. All we want is for you to have a safe, fun weekend.
Yeah, agreed. It's a great place to come and have a good time with family and friends, but just do it safely.
So, Spencer, what is that?
Oh my. To me, that looks like the dreaded dandelion. The dreaded dandelion.
Here's the funny thing about the dandelion. The dandelion's beautiful.
It is.
It's a love-hate relationship people have with the dandelion because the dandelion might be something that you detest because it grows in your lawn, but it's a really good food source. Very nutritious, lowers your cholesterol,
The whole thing?
lowers your blood. Well, the root is the most nutritious part of it. And people eat the leaves in salads. So what I'm saying is don't always judge a book by its cover. Some people hate it.
So
Some people love it.
For those of you who are old enough, my age, Jeff's age, I will say thank you, Ewell Gibbons.
With that said, remember, don't do bad things, always do good things. Perfect.
Okay,
Please tell me it worked.
that was a good take.